Y'all, I'm standing in Simpsonville, South Carolina today, and in this video, we're going to be talking about all the things that you need to know if you're considering relocating to this awesome town. So, my name is Sawyer. I'm a local real estate agent here in the upstate of South Carolina, and if you're considering relocating to the area, or if you're just interested in learning more about our wonderful city, it's our goal that this YouTube channel is your #1 resource for all things that you need to know about Greenville, South Carolina. And if you find this information helpful, please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment in the comments. I would love to interact with you in the comments. And as always, if you are actually thinking about moving to the area, I would love to be the realtor that you choose to work with. So let's get right into it. So first things first that you need to know about Simpsonville is where is it in relation to Greenville. And if you've done any research about the area, you're probably very familiar with where Simpsonville is. But just for context, Greenville's right here. Well, Simpsonville is going to be right here, just below Greenville. As I stand here, it would take me about 20 minutes to get in the heart of downtown Greenville. And Simpsonville is separated by Interstate 385. So to the west of 385 is going to be 29680 zip code, and to the east of 385 is going to be 29681. So Simpsonville's more or less divided by the interstate that cuts right through it. So like I said, 385 really cuts Simpsonville in half, but that's a good thing, right? Because one, you're close to the interstate, so you're close to 385, which will take you into downtown Greenville, or shoot you on 26, taking you to Columbia or Charleston. You also have amenities like Woodruff Road and Fairview Road, whereas if you're a Simpsonville resident, those are the places that you're gonna go and shop, depending on where in Simpsonville you live. So Woodruff Road is gonna be your main corridor of shopping near Greenville. And if you live a little bit farther south into Simpsonville, primarily like the 29680 area, you're probably gonna go to Fairview Road to go to First Watch or to go to Target, etc. First thing you need to know about Simpsonville is it's a pretty affordable place to live. Over the last 60 days, the average sale price in the Simpsonville area is about $320,000. And some other perks that you'll find in Simpsonville, one being you're gonna have pretty low taxes relative to parts closer to Greenville, right? As we sit, like I said, we're about 20 minutes south of Greenville. Taxes really are not that high here. So when you move here and you purchase a home here, you'll have the benefits of not having a very steep tax bill. One other thing that I really like about Simpsonville, it's residential heavy. And like we've said in previous videos about other towns around Greenville, it really gives you that small town feel. When you come to Simpsonville, there's one main street and there's a lot of local businesses along that main street. And then out from that are where you're gonna find a lot of your communities, and there's a lot of communities here. So Simpsonville is relatively flat. So it's been pretty affordable from a builder's perspective and a developer's perspective to develop Simpsonville. So a lot of Simpsonville has been transformed into a lot of residential communities. And a lot of these communities are HOA communities, right? And if you're used to living in an HOA, another great thing about our area in general, and of course Simpsonville, is HOAs here are not very expensive. So average HOA, I would say, would be from $350 to $450 a year. And anytime that you see an HOA that is less than, say, $300 a year, there's not gonna be many community amenities, like a pool or a playground or a walking path or a dog park, right? But the HOA is really there to protect the community from, say, broken down cars or high grass, right? But once you start getting over $350 per year in an HOA, you're gonna start seeing community amenities like a pool, a playground, a park, walking trails, etc. So if you decide to live in Simpsonville, you're gonna be a pretty close to some pretty cool amenities. Number one being Heritage Park. And actually, a member of our client family runs everything that happens at Heritage Park. So music festivals, concerts, youth sporting events. There's even going to be a fair there. So a lot of things happen there on a monthly basis, and big events like the Greenville Country Music Fest happens there, and pretty big name concerts like Brooks and Dunn, Riley Green, Sam Hunt, Post Malone has been there as well. So this is a really neat amphitheater just south of Simpsonville. And the only thing that you probably should know about Heritage Park is you can't bring your pet. I'm sorry. So in addition to Heritage Park, there's other amenities like Discovery Island, which is one of Greenville County's few water parks, which is in Southside Park. So if you want to go play some soccer or play some pickleball, you can jump over to the water park while you're there, take the kids and have some splashing fun. And then if you're wanting to join a gym, one of the county's largest YMCAs is in Simpsonville. And if you're more towards 29681, Five Forks area, you could join Sports Club, which is another awesome gym here in the Upstate. Another big perk of moving to Simpsonville would be the schools. So there's a lot of reputable schools in 29680 and 29681. But of course, you know, I can't tell you that per se. I can't tell you where to put your child in school at. So please do your own research. We'll provide a link in the description below directing you to those websites. And another interesting thing about Greenville County, and you may or may not know this, but it's a school choice county, meaning that if you buy a home in a school district that you prefer your child not to go to for whatever reason, you can have them apply, or you can apply your child to go to a school that you would prefer them to go to. And we'll provide a link below for that as well. So as I stated earlier in the video, we're standing right off of Main Street, right beside the railroad tracks that run down Main Street. And there's a lot of local businesses here. So behind me, there's Sully's Steamers, which is probably the best bagel that you're gonna get in Greenville, arguably. And then you have one of the most famous pizza places right here, Sidewall Pizza Company. There's Exchange Coffee Company. There's a rooftop being put in right here as well. So a lot of good things happening in Simpsonville, a lot of local businesses that thrive here along Main Street in Simpsonville. And a tidbit, Farm Fresh Fast is right here. They have the best lunch in Greenville, in my opinion. So definitely check that out when you come into town and are checking out Simpsonville during your drive-thrus. So Simpsonville's great. Take it from me. Our address is in Simpsonville. We love living here. But there are some things that you gotta think about if you do decide to choose Simpsonville as one of the places you seriously look for a house or an apartment. So one thing that isn't the best thing in my opinion about Simpsonville is it's super flat. That's good for developers and builders because their price per lot for development's much lower. A lot of homes have been built here, but you don't get the mountain views, you don't get the undulating terrain that you get like you do on the northern rim of the county, right? So that leads you into what I want to say next is, Simpsonville is south of Greenville, whereas if you want to go to the lakes, if you want to enjoy Paris Mountain or the Blue Ridge Mountains, you just got to travel a little bit farther to get there than you normally would if you lived closer to Greenville or if you lived on the northern part of the county. So if you enjoy getting outside on the weekends with your kids or going outside and hiking yourself, Simpsonville is going to be just a little bit farther for you to do that. You can still get there pretty easily, but it's going to be a little bit farther of a drive for you. And the last thing that is worth mentioning is, as I said, Woodruff Road and Fairview Road are going to be your major shopping hubs. Well, watch out. Saturday afternoon on Woodruff Road can get pretty gnarly. Now, if you're moving from a big city or a big metro, you're probably going to laugh at the traffic that we get upset about around here. But Woodruff Road can get pretty congested from 385 to Roper Mountain Road, where Costco is, where Barnes & Noble is, where Lowe's is, where all the things that you may want to go to on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon for the next week, you're gonna be sitting in traffic when you're doing that. Same thing with Fairview Road. If you live farther south into Simpsonville, Fairview Road can get pretty gnarly on the weekends as well, because it attracts a lot of people doing their weekly shopping or just, retail therapy. So if you're thinking about moving down to Simpsonville, some places that you probably are going to ride by or ride along would be roads like West Georgia Road, Fairview Road, Harrison Bridge Road, Standing Springs Road. Those are your 29680 points of interest. And then 29681 would be like Woodruff Road, so neighborhoods like Stonehaven or Pine Creek Cottages or Riverwalk, right? Like the Holly Tree general area, Highway 14, a lot of your neighborhoods, Tanner Road, a lot of your communities are going to be along those roads. So those are some points of interest to check out when you're driving around when you come into town. So hopefully you found all of this information helpful. Hopefully it was not too much, or it wasn't too little. So like I said, if you're thinking about relocating to the area, I think Simpsonville could be a great option for you for all the reasons that we listed before, but there also are some considerations that you need to think about. If you found this information helpful, please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comments. We would love to chat with you in the comments. And as always, if you're actually thinking about relocating to the area, I would love to be the realtor that you choose to engage with. So 1, follow the channel, reach out to me at my email below and my phone number below, and I look forward to helping you live in the area. Thanks so much.